So dear student, if we come across with the question number 141, let me repeat, code Q6. So here is the read the following statement on lipids and find out that. So it is very precise to be concerned about the lipid only, lipid substance. So if I go with the very first statement, lecithin found in the plasma membrane is a glycolipid. No, not at all. It is a phospholipid, not a glycolipid. So it is a wrong. If it is a wrong, we can simply go with the one thumb point. Since it is asking all the correct answers only, so you can simply see in the option 1, 2 and 4, all of these, there are the A is mentioned. So I can simply rule out these all of 3 and my answer can simply certainly come down to the 3. So, but again I would like to verify those 3 statements for you all so you can understand, because again simple line of the NCERT from the biomolecular chapter of the class 11 standard. Gingery oil has a lower melting point, hence remain as oil in the winter. Yeah, of course it is. Lipids are generally insoluble in water, but soluble in the some organic solvent, of course. And finally, if I come across when fatty acid is esterified with glycerol, monoglyceride form, of course it is correct too. So for the question number 141, the answer is 3. Let's move on to the next question. So here is the question 142. The one word has been given, transposon. It is given in the biotechnology. You could see, though we understand this particular term in the genetics part as well. Transposon, this is also called the jumping gene, right? Which were basically jumping gene, right? They were discovered by the Barbara McClintock in the wild maize. Can be used during which one of the following? So if I go across one by one, polymerase chain reaction, no, it is not from the PCR. Gene silencing, of course, it is therefore only, right? Autoradiography, none of the concern about it. Gene sequencing is not concern about it. So question number 142, finding the answer second. Let's move on to the next question. Here is question 143. While explaining interspecific, that means in between two species, interaction of the population plus sign is assigned for beneficial interaction and minus sign is assigned for the beneficial interaction and 0 for the neutral. Which of the following interaction can be assigned plus for one species and minus for another species? Of course, certainly if I go with the first option only, that is a predation where a particular predator is making an attack over prey. So in response to the predator, it is plus, and for the prey it is minus. So my simple answer that will be coming as a option 1. In commensalism, basically one is not getting benefited. Both are the organisms which are not finding the basically any benefit out of it. So here we can come across the commensalism where both the organisms will be finding the plus sign, and competition, of course, that can make the negative sign by the time. The simple answer for the question number 143 will be 1. Let's move on to the next. So here in the following palindromic, what do you mean by the palindromic? Palindromic sequence simply means the like a reversal, specific reversal. I can simply say one word like Malayalam. Malayalam. So you can see if I go right to left or left to right, it will just go as a simple same spelling. So here is the one sequence is that as given in the NCERT GAATTC, and same you can read it as a from there onwards as well. So if I go across one by one, the option 2 that comes as GAATTC, and here again GAATTC. So here is this one is a palindromic. None other option is matching to that. And this question again given in the absolute NCERT only in the chapter molecular base of inheritance. Here I go. Which one of the following will accelerate phosphorus cycle? So out of these all, phosphorus is finding the reservoir as a rock. So out of these 4 options, I should directly go with the weathering of rock, and given in the again ecology chapter unit. So I move on to the next now. Question 146. The entire fleet of buses in Delhi were converted to the CNG from diesel. This question again coming from the environmental issue chapter area from the class 12 NCERT. In reference to this, which one of the following statement is false? Let it be very clear. Today we have seen it. So many questions are coming as which is wrong, which is incorrect, which is false. So let's focus on. CNG burns more efficiently than diesel. Of course, it is very correct, but it is asking false. Be cautious about it. The same diesel engine is used in CNG buses, making the cost of conversion low. No, it is not possible technically. Then why need to convert by the way? It is cheaper than diesel. Of course, let me tell you, it is correct, but it is asking false. Let me remind you, It cannot be adulterated like diesel. Of course, it is correct, but again, at the same point of time, the option 2 will be taken as an answer because they are asking false. I just repeated. Now, after question 146, I am moving to the 147. Let's see. Again, we have seen many questions coming as a method column. Let's see from the plant kingdom what particular question is asking by. Map the plant with the kind of this life cycle, right? That is where the alternative generation it is asking about. So if I go with the spirogyte, you know it is alga, and alga if I go with it is a haplontic life cycle. So let me identify with the second statement, which is simply saying dominant haploid free living gametophyte, right? It is absolutely correct answer. Then if I go with this, and I can simply say if A with 2, so the first option cannot be answered, and third answer that could not be answered too. At the same point of time, if I simply go with the B matching, I can simply identify which is the right correct option. So if I see B with 3, B that is fun with 3. Fun, as you know, is basically if you talk about a fun, dominant diploid sporophytic alternating with a reduced gametophyte called prothallus. That is the beauty out of it, that ferns. And if I go with the funaria, you know funaria. So funaria simply just matching with the dominant haploid leafy gametophyte alternating with the partially dependent multicell sporophyte. So they are the vice versa situation. Funaria is a bryophyte and fawn is a again pteridophyte. And side, as you know, that is what? The gymnosperm. So if I simply go by this dominant diploid sporophyte vascular plant and with the highly reduced male or female gametophyte. So simple, if I match all the way, the second should be the answer, because earlier first and third we have already been ruled out, and by matching with the B 2, 3, only one answer that could match, that is the option second. Let's move on to the next. This is question number 148, and again you can see mathematical question that is repeating. Here again from the chapter Cells of Decidual Life, class 11 NCERT, last minute question, simple as ever. Metacentric. What kind of the metacentric chromosomes are? If you simply look, meta means mid. Centromere should lie at the mid. Let's identify where it is given. Yeah, here is the third centromere in the middle, forming 2 equal arms, right? Ectocentric. Ecto means tip, that is near to tip. Let us identify where it is from given to. Then in that case, if I see the first one only, centromere situated close to the end, forming one extremely short and one very long arm. So it is matching this. Then the sub-metacentric means near to the center. Then near to the center, then in that case, let me read this statement, centromere slightly away from the middle. So that should match with this. Anterior means end. So the chromosome centromere should lie at the end point. Then in that case, this left out one, that is the second of the list 2, centromere at the terminal line. So I can simply go in this matching line to the very first option, right? So that was the correct being asked and we will identify. Let's move on to the question number 149. So here we go. The anatomy of the springwood. So the chapter anatomy of the flowering plant you know, that is the second of the class 11 NCERT. The anatomy of the springwood shows some peculiar, that is very important, unique feature. Identify the correct set. Let it be very clear. Correct and incorrect. Whatever they are asking, we have to be very precise about it, right? So they have been given the 5 statement. We need to identify which are the correct one, right? So if I go with the first, it is also called early. Yeah, it is correct. Then if I go with another, that is in spring season, cambium produces xylem element with narrow vessel. In the spring, no, it is not narrow vessel, it is a wider vessel. So this should be wrong. Then it is lighter in color, of course it is lighter in color. The spring wood along with the autumn wood shows alternate concentric ring forming anode ring. It is the absolute definition of the creating anode ring. Then it has low density. Yeah, of course it has low density by the time in the spring season. So the simple, if I match it out, that the B is wrong, then you can simply see in the very first option B is given, so it could be ruled out. Then third, again it could be ruled out, and now it is in between second and fourth. So I simply go with as the first option is correct and it is given there. So I should choose the option 2. Now we come to the question number 150. What is the role of large bundle shaped cell found around the vascular bundle in C4 plant? Let us focus this very important question coming from the plant physiology, that is photosynthesis chapter. As you know, C4 plant are basically growing in the like high temperature zone area, right? And hot arid conditions are there. So let's see what is the role of the large bundle sheath cells there found around the vascular bundle in the seafood plant. So to provide the site for the photosynthetic pathway, they are free from it. So this could not be answered. To increase the number of chloroplasts for the operation of 𝐂𝐨𝐧𝐭𝐚 cycle, it is absolutely because they are finding the dimorphic chloroplasts, right? And they have the more number of the chloroplasts as compared to the C3 plant. Finally, to enable the plant to tolerate high temperature, this statement is correct, but it's not matching with this question, by the way. To protect the vascular tissue from high light intensity, they don't require it actually for the same. So the simple answer that simply come out as the option second. Dear student, we are more than just happy to give all the solution which you were seeking for right by the time you just came out from the examination hall. Narayana Group, which is the legacy of the past 43 years, started down year 1979 and in the year 2022 with a more than 600 centers across 23 states of India and serving the million dreams of more than 6 lakh students across the nation. I am more than sure today you have done well because the question paper was not so difficult, but we can simply conclude, especially in the portion of the biology, the botany was on the little bit tricky side, but all the questions absolutely from the point of the line of the NCERT. And the portion of the zoology especially we talk about, it was again quite easier as compared to the botany, and simply it was rocking to shoot your marks in the NEET to make clearance of the cutoff which you are seeking to grab the government medical policy. Thank you.